right, fam. I've got to come to you with some really bad news. We have had to make a decision on something. It's unfortunately a decision that we've had to make that I'm not excited to talk about, but we've just had to make this decision. And the decision that we've made is that we're no longer going to be doing daily. We just, unfortunately, we just are getting way too busy and so many different things that we're doing. And it's just, it's next to impossible to be putting mental health out in the world every day. It's just something that we can't continue to do. And it's an unfortunate situation.
This struggle got purpose and we grow. So whatever role we have to take next, all I need to know is that we'll roll with the punches.
Just joking, y'all. Just joking. April Fools. I got you. I got you. I know a lot of you were like, dang, Randy, you're not going to be doing daily anymore. I miss daily. I miss talking and hearing about mental health. Y'all, just joking. I can't keep a straight face any longer. I thought I could get through this whole episode without it, but I can't. So let's start over how we usually do on this show, because I didn't want you to have a heart attack. So I just came out at the beginning and just told you, April Fools, y'all. The joke is on you. All right, fam. It's another day of life. It's another day of daily. So blessed, y'all. So blessed to just be able to have another day of just talking about mental health and putting mental health out in this world. You know how we do it. Even with an ear infection, even after traveling for 4 days to Chicago and getting back late, we still put that, if you didn't see it, we put that daily out at 10 p.m. And we're just continuing to have conversations daily about mental health, y'all. That's how we do it at Midwest Anxiety. We're all in. We are all in on this mental health thing. And we're so excited to be talking about mental health and just all the things that we do. And we were in Chicago for 4 days. 4 days. Chaperoning an orchestra, Spring Hill High orchestra trip, and it was a lot of fun, y'all. It was a lot of fun. I didn't get to talk with you a whole bunch, but I showed you kind of bits and pieces of Chicago and the music festival and that medieval times. That was fantastic. We ate some great food, Giordano's pizza, and we just had some good food, y'all. We had some good food on this trip, and you know how I love it when we travel. I like to find all the great places, and Portillo's, y'all. We had to have Portillo's right after we got off the plane. Anyway, y'all, we had a great time. I hope you had a great end of your week last week, and we're back at it this week. We're back at it, y'all. We got a full week of clients, a full week of just talking about mental health, and we're gonna get into it today, y'all. We're gonna get into it today. So sit back, put on your seatbelts, enjoy this ride around doing community mental health, y'all. Let's do this. Okay, it's time for what's been coming up in client sessions. All right, y'all, let's just get into let's just get into this conversation that I've had with several clients recently. You know, y'all, therapy. People think about therapy differently, okay? Now, this is just my opinion on therapy. This is not all the opinions. This is my, therapy is meant to be challenging and difficult, okay? The therapist, now, depending on the therapist and the skill level and just the overall way that the therapist kind of does things, the therapist can be supportive and empathetic, but that's not all we want the therapist to be. The job of the therapist is to hold a space for you in the situations that you struggle and to hold you accountable for working through those things. The therapist is kind of like a guide to help you kind of work through things and build that skill. Now, the therapist isn't there to do it for you, to make it easy on you. And myself as a therapist, sometimes I'm like, okay, you know, I could totally do this for the client, but that's not helping them out long term. Me as a therapist, I want to help them be able to find the skills to be able to do it for themselves. So I think, now, there are different kinds of therapies, okay? But I think therapy is meant to be challenging, is to be difficult, is to go into those places that you don't like to talk about, that you don't like to see, that you don't like to think about, and help you work through those, because those are the struggles, those are the challenges that are interfering in your everyday life. And your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister or your neighbor, they're not in a position, they're not in a place that helps you with those things. But the therapist is there, all right? The therapist is there. And I really believe a good therapist is engaged in therapy, is pushing you to always just be doing a little bit more. Not too much more where it's beyond your reach and your capabilities, but just a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more, you see? Okay, so if you're going into therapy thinking, oh, therapy is going to be easy, therapy, it's going to be chill. Okay, you might need to just go eat some ice cream, or maybe, do some yoga, something like that, because that is chill. But if you want to get into the good therapy, I really believe a therapist is going to push you, kind of like a physical therapist or a personal trainer pushes you to do those things that are challenging physically in your life. Well, a therapist is going to push you emotionally, right? Mentally, to do those things maybe that you're incapable of doing, all right? So just because a therapist is being challenging and being difficult, don't give up on that therapist, okay? All right. Let me go see this client, y'all.
Bad to the bone, if you know, you know. Get stupid with the flow, if you know, you know. L-O-N-D-O-N, if you know, you know. Come through if you wanna roll, if you know, you know. Bad to the bone, if you know, you know. Get stupid with the flow, if you know, you know. L-O-N-D-O-N, if you know, you know. Come through if you wanna roll, if you know, you know. They wanna stop and take
so much going on. This is a big week for me. I mean, every second of the day, there's something I've got scheduled. Every second of the day, y'all. Every second of the day, we are hiring therapists. We are doing some business development that we hopefully soon can announce. There's just several things going on that's taken my attention. On top of, I'm going to be going on vacation. I know, Randy doesn't go on vacation very often, but I need to go to the beach, y'all. I need to go to the beach, and I'm going on vacation next week, and part of the following week, about 8 or 9 days, I'm going to the beach. I'm going to Panama, and so this week is like, it's like squeezed so tight. It's squeezed so tight, and so much going on that being able to talk with you guys is gonna be it's gonna be just limited. It's gonna be limited, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm just sorry. I keep apologizing. I just wish the good old days, y'all. The good old days where I could just talk with you. Hopefully you're getting something out of all this, but this week is jam-packed with stuff, and I'm having to give my energy to certain things that I typically don't have to give my energy to, just to make sure everything is tied up nice and tight before I leave next week. Oh, did I forget? We just hired 2 therapists. Did I forget that? Did I tell you? Did I tell you the good news? We just hired 2 therapists, Shelby Bartley and Angela McKeever. We just hired 2 therapists, 2 more therapists we just hired. Excited to talk to you about all of them. I feel like I haven't even talked to you about Brian Mills or Lisa Daly. I mean, we also got a intern, Macy the intern. We've been really busy. We're getting everything just
a little photo. Star when the bars make them go loco. Maybe we can get down, maybe we don't know what tomorrow brings. Yeah, do you know
Alright, fam, I know some of you can relate to this. Some of you teenagers will get a kick out of this. One of the April Fool's jokes that was played on me the most was this one. I have never forgotten it. I never will forget it. So picture 1991, I think, 1991. Cool Randy has got his first girlfriend, and I get a call from her, and she's like, "Hey Randy, can we talk?" I'm like, "Yeah, babe, yeah, definitely we can talk." She's like, "Hey, I just need to tell you that I'm breaking up with you today." And I was like, "Aha, April Fools." She's like, "No, Randy, it's not an April Fool's joke. Today, we're done. We're breaking up." And I was like, "No, April Fools." And she's like, "No, Randy, I'm serious. We're breaking up. I'm breaking up with you." And I got broken up with on April Fool's Day. And for about the first 10 minutes, I thought she was playing a joke on me. And then after that, my heart was crushed, y'all. My heart was crushed. So I hope no one has that happen to them, because it's the worst feeling. I go from, "Oh, you're joking with me," to actually being dumped. It left an impression on me. Please, y'all, do not break up with someone on April Fools. That's just a bad joke. All right, I gotta go see this client.
Follow the wind, follow my soul. Power is the knowledge, and the knowledge is the goal. People when I boss bitch, energy is on. Dance till the morning light, everybody's gone. Back to the bone, if you know, you know. Get stupid with the flow, if you know, you know. LONDON, if you know, you know. Come through.
Alright, fam. We're gonna call it here today. Probably not gonna get regular vlogs. Probably just a whole lot of substance until after the Panama trip, which will be April 16th. I'll be gone to Panama from April 7th through April 15th, coming back on the 15th. So you'll have lots of beach and just kind of fun stuff between the 7th and the 15th. Depending on, I'm going to say this all week, depending on internet service. You know, in Chicago, I didn't have great internet service in Chicago. And so it's hard when I'm doing these vlogs. I will continue to do them, but if I don't have good reception, if I don't have good connection, the speed's not great, it's hard to upload. It's hard to upload these. So we'll see, but I'm all about just trying to make sure I get all this client stuff done before I go, right? And I got a lot of stuff I've got to do for therapists to get them onboarded and various things. So there's a lot of things I've got to get done in the next week or so. And then after we come back, because hey, y'all, this is how I like to vacation. I absolutely do nothing. I'm like a lizard on a rock. You just point the sunshine towards me and I'll find it, and I'll just be like, okay, I'm here for a week. I'm doing absolutely nothing. That's my vacation. That's the way I like to vacation, and I need it right now. I need it. I feel like I'm crawling a little bit or a lot of bit towards vacation, and I need just some time to just rest and relax. We've had a lot going on, and appreciate you being along for the ride. So we'll get through this week, and we'll try to do the best we can on these vlogs and get you some good content. But there's better times, better days to come, y'all. Better days to come. All right, y'all. Hope you have a smile on your face, lots of love in your heart, and see you again tomorrow.